All right, guys. Since I'm not here, I wanted to show you how to do the practice work that you need to do. I went over at least one example from each section yesterday, but just in case you didn't remember, I just wanted to kind of remind you. You have the tener que infinitive, which means that you need to conjugate the verb tener, put que after it, and put an infinitive verb behind it to say that you have to do something. So like we did yesterday, we have to go to the school. You have, my hand looks fat, but anyway, we have tenemos que, and then to go in its infinitive form, not conjugated, ir a la escuela. Okay, and that's what you end up with. That weird curly thing's supposed to be an E. All right, then you have tener, idiomatic expressions. All you have to do here, look on your vocabulary sheet. Do you remember your vocabulary sheet? Hopefully you do. You should have it. It should be your friend, plus you have this thing, remember? Vocabulary. Plus you also have your flashcards. Use your vocabulary sheet to fill these out. So like we did this one, to be thirsty, tener sed. Remember, all of these are going to start with tener. So I'm going to write that down. Tener sed. Okay. Then you have these, which is the same pretty much as this, except for you need to conjugate tener with these ones. So since we just did tener sed, and we already know that it means to be thirsty, we have tenemos mucha sed, which is going to be in English, we are very thirsty. Now I understand that it's weird that here it's we are, but up here it's we have to do something. But that's why these are called idiomatic expressions. We have weird expressions like this in English. They don't seem weird because, you know, anyways, but we have expressions that don't translate to other languages the same exact way as well. So when you're translating these idiomatic expressions, just these ones right here, you need to translate them like this. All right? So resist the urge to put somos or estamos when you have sed or hambre or prisa or ganas or so on and so forth. Now, if you look down in the last, it's the same. It's practicing the expressions again with tener. Julio and I are thirsty. Since we already know how to say tener sed means to be thirsty, Julio and I are thirsty. Julio y yo son, no, not son. Okay? What would it be? It'd be tenemos sed. Okay? All right, hopefully that will give you some guidance. You basically just need your vocabulary to complete this. For these up here, you might have to look up to work, or you already know to go because you have it right here. So just really to work. All right? Good luck with that one. The next one is the guided practice. Okay. So you remember the possessive adjectives. The possessive adjectives like me, but it could also be mis, or tu, but it can also be tus, or su, but it could also be sus, or nuestro. Get out this information right now. Get out these notes. You wrote it on a piece of green paper. So you have nuestro, you have vuestro. It's really hard to write via camera, so I'm doing the best I can here, guys. A, us, and then you have sus again, okay? So my, your, his, her, your formal, our, y'all's, their, T-H-E-I-R, or you guys as formal. So you have nuestro, or you have apartamento, all right? For all of these, you're gonna need to look at what you're describing so you can decide which one you need to pick. So the first is apartamento. So since you have our is nuestro. Apartamento, it's masculine, it's singular, so it would just be nuestro. So to say our apartamento, you would say nuestro apartamento. Okay. Look at number 7. You have programas. Since it's a M-A ending, that means it's masculine. Remember, even though the A is there, M-A, ma, pa, ta, masculine. These things come back to haunt you all through Spanish. So you have programas, and it's masculine and it's plural. So nuestro, but it can be os. So it's going to be not just nuestro programas, nuestros os programas. What's weird is this is plural, like it's more than one person. So the tendency is to want to say, like, if it was me and Dr. Holder and we were doing something, nuestras, but you can't do that. You have to look at the word that you're describing, and that's what the adjective matches. All right, for the next part, you have this information. This you just really need your vocabulary list for. So it might be helpful to translate these. Remember that in possession in Spanish, you don't say my sister, my brother. I mean, you can say those things, but you can also say, like, the sister of my husband, the father of my father. And that's what this is doing to try to get you to practice your vocabulary. So, la hermana de mi esposa es mi. Okay, so this means la hermana is the sister. De means of. Mi means my. Esposa is wife. Is my, and you would fill in the vocabulary blank with the correct thing. So what would it be? It's sister-in-law. What word is that? I'm giving you a minute here. If you said cuñada, you totally got it right. Okay? You go through and figure out which family member it is and fill in the family member in Spanish. All right, guys, for the next section, this one right here, we're going to look at the Donald Duck family tree. It looks like this. Actually, wait, I don't know, I think I'm going to try to insert it in iMovie, so hopefully that worked. But anyways, you can look at it on my website. You guys should know how to get to my website, and it's called Donald Duck Family Tree. So all of these statements, you have to figure out how, like, pintail duck is related to Humperdinck duck, or how Angus Pothole McDuck is related to Jake McDuck, or how Gladstone is related to Daphne, and so on and so forth. So, for example, pintail duck es I think he's el padre de Humperdinck duck. So you're going to be saying, like, he's their father, her mother, her sister, her uncle. I'm pretty sure he's her father, but not positive. Okay. Then go over to the other side, and that goes all the way up until number 27. Then you have all these pictures, and you have these questions. So these all have to do again with the tener expressions. So the first one says, ¿Quiénes tienen sueño? Okay, so you got to think. Tener sueño, sleepiness. This lady, maybe. This lady, no. No, she's hungry. What is going on there? I don't know, but you'll be able to see on your own paper. Lemonade drinker. This guy, there's Z's. Okay, so there's probably 2 people. So, Margarita y Miguel tienen sueño. I'll write it down. Margarita y Miguel tiene sueño. Boom. Okay. All right, so hopefully this helps. That's how you do the Unit 5 guided practice. We went over how to do the practice with the verb tener on the back of your country list. And then don't forget that on Monday, your rough drafts will be due. They were supposed to be due today, but I'm going to make them due Monday. All right, have a good weekend. I'll see you guys later.